What's going on, everybody? Doc Average Gamer Guys back yet again. More Escape from Tarkov action. And doing our wrap up on the first season of The Escape. So we're going to jump in. We're going to chat about how we did. I intended to do a couple of raids, but this is like on the literal eve of the wipe. There's actually Battlestate Games is live right now. And I anticipate that things are going to probably shut down here pretty quick. So I'm going to just try to get this in and get that going. And we'll wrap it, and we'll see you for season 2. So let's jump into it. Found an exit. All right, so I will say a pretty good escape season. One thing I realized, and I talked about this in our hardcore wrap up, was that I fully intend to swap this up for next season. There will definitely be a season 2 with Wipe and 12-12 coming in. We're going to swap things up. We're going to do things a little bit differently. One, to explore the task and probably what we anticipate some changes being with 12-12. In addition, I realized that as we went through this series, there was a lot of parallels between what we were focused on for hardcore as well as what we were focused on for this series. The series was really intended to help players, especially solo players, just work through quests and just essentially see how I would go about getting some of those things done. So hopefully it was really beneficial for you, especially if you're a little newer to Tarkov, or maybe you've been out a little while, on how to get some tasks done and just some different ways to play the game, especially from a solo perspective. So we will continue that, but what I think is going to be neat for us is, again, focusing on some different things. For season 2, one of the big things that I plan to focus on is just pushing towards and getting to the flea market as quick as we can. I think money making, obviously we'll do a little bit of questing because I think that's going to be important as far as progression, but trying to get to that first as quickly as we can, just to open up the options that we have, both for the hideout upgrades as well as for quests, and generally just raid survival is going to be really key. So we'll do some other things along the way. I am going to always continue to have a very heavy quest focus, because I think that's one of the big important things as far as being able to get that done. I'm also considering and trying to figure out if I want to swap up maybe a little bit of the recording style for these. A lot of the non-action is removed, which I will continue to do. But even in some raids, maybe where we have some pretty unsuccessful raids, I may just remove those altogether just so you can see. So still playing around with that idea a little bit. If you have some thoughts down below, certainly you can drop them in the comments. I do think it's beneficial for guys and gals to see, again, every raid that we do and how we progress. But again, I've certainly had some raids where we just essentially get in and die pretty quickly or don't do a whole lot, and that's probably not super beneficial for the progress. So I will consider it, we'll chew on it, and we'll see where we go. But again, very excited for the next season and pretty happy with the progression. I also intend, and we'll see if we can make this work, to do this series 2 times during the week. It's quite a bit of recording, but I'm going to attempt to do that. That way we can keep a really good pace. The interesting thing is, we jump in and look overall, we did about half of the raids that we did in our hardcore series. I just finished recording the finish for that, and obviously recording the finish for this one as well. What's a clear standout, we had the same survival rate, which I think is really, really funny. So that must just be me and my playstyle. 53% seems pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. 200 kills. We had a lot more action, certainly in this series than we did, and I think we'll probably see that we had a higher PMC, definitely a higher PMC to scav kills. I think we put ourselves in a position, obviously having the flea market and having the option to buy some better things, put us in a good position to be able to do that. 60 total raids, pretty good. Happy with that. I'm also happy in 60 raids we made it to level 21. I think that's pretty reasonable. Certainly I think we could have probably did a little bit better if we'd focused on a few other things, but overall pretty happy. We were about 200,000 less experience on this account, which, when you consider we had almost double the raids that we did in the hardcore series, which you would anticipate our experience to raids to be a lot less for hardcore. I think this is pretty good progression overall. So skills wise, not a ton here. Everything pretty low for the most part. Level 5s and level 6s isn't bad. Making decent progress on both endurance and strength. One thing I noticed both on my main account, not as much as hardcore, but with this one too, endurance and strength seem to level up pretty evenly just with my playstyle. Pick things up, get kills. I usually end up getting pretty well overweight, or at least into the overweight category with just the things that we pull out of the raid. So that feels pretty good to me, actually. Pretty happy with that. Task-wise, we had a lot still to do. But we made some pretty good progress on a few things. Pretty deep into the gunsmith task. We had a couple other things, Tiger Safari, some other things that we could have got done. A lot of Peacekeeper, a lot of Ragman, and certainly a ton of Jaeger to do. Jaeger really was both our hang-up on this series as well as on the hardcore series. So that's something that we'll focus on in the future here. Here's how we ended up sitting up. Basically, pretty much everybody to level 2, with the exception of Skier and Purpore. Really, really close with Skier. And Purpore, he was level 2, I think, minus we turned in the 1. Jaeger, again, continues to be the hang-up. The big thing here, we easily could have gotten that done if we would have focused. We needed some flash drives. And, yeah, we, old Jaeger. Gotta love old Jaeger. So, really quick, let's jump into the hideout here. This made some pretty good progression. We didn't dump nearly as much money in as we could. We were certainly working towards the second level of the stash upgrade. Stash is not as important on a solo standard account, especially when you consider you can put your money towards cases and different things that will help you from a storage space. The fact that you're able to buy a Lucky Scav junk box from Therapist at level 1 for 1.1 million rubles makes space management way, way, way better. Actually, look at this. We can finish heating. Yeah. Progress. So heating to 3, rest space to 2, med station 2, nutrition unit to 2. We would have needed water collector help there with Jaeger to be able to get that up. Security to 2, vents, generator, lavatory and workbench all to 2, and then intel center, stash, a couple of things still sitting at level 1. So not bad progress here. I do think, especially as a solo player, there's a lot of benefits if you spend some time and some energy putting your focus towards your hideout. Obviously, we're focused very heavily on the hideout for the hardcore series. Here, not as much of a focus, but it is important. If you have expendable money and you get to a comfortable position with your cash flow and how to make money, you should definitely be putting some money towards this. Now, I do intend to also start this series pretty quick into wipe. Try to, get some of that early wipe feel as we get through some of these raids, and I think we'll have some success. It will be interesting to see because this will be significantly harder on this account to get these upgrades going because things like corrugated hoses and bolts and nuts, those are going to be super, super expensive on the flea market. So we'll have to rely on being able to find those things and prioritize them to get some early progress for this, which we will certainly look to do. But overall, pretty happy with our progress, pretty happy with where we were able to get to. And pretty happy overall with just where we ended up landing and kind of how we're able to progress with this thing. So again, hopefully you enjoyed this. I really look forward to continuing or really starting fresh in a new season in 12.12, exploring Lighthouse and all the other things. I hope you're excited as well. There's tons of stuff coming in here. So I think it's going to be a very interesting and unique experience for us to be able to go in and do that. So pretty short video, but we'll wrap this one up here. Just wanted to have a closeout again for our Escape series and look forward to season 2. Quick plug, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for just all the support on the channel, the series, and again, hopefully all the other videos that come with 12.12 as we get into that. In addition, we do stream over on Twitch Fridays and Saturdays, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll definitely be streaming a lot of our main account and exploring 12.12 and Tarkov. So if you want to come over, swing in, chat with us, talk to us, tell us what you're hyped for, what you're enjoying with 12.12, we certainly would love to see you over there. That link is in the description, as well as our Discord and our Twitter. Discord is the best place to be. Stay up to date with the channel. And Twitter, we're doing a little bit better, at least on retweeting some of the things that we think you would find important, like BSG's updates and that kind of stuff. So give us a follow over there if you're interested in that. With that, I've been Doc, Average Gamer Guys. We'll see you in Season 2 of The Escape. Peace.